Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum, dear respected elders, brothers and sisters and children. Can you recite Fatiha for all the marhumeens? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Today is the 6th night of Muharram. Our Mujlis continue, inshallah. Our eyes will shed more tears for the martyrs of Karbala. We will do more Matame al-Hussein, Hussein, Karbala, Matam, Mujlis. When these words echo from the walls of our mosque, a lady in black hijab joins us. She is Bibi Fatima. She watches us. She cries with us. She collects our tears. Cry, cry for Hussein, inshallah. Our tears will not be wasted. Our tears for Hussein will become our weapons against the hardship in our graves and on the day of judgment. Hussein al-Islam is in Karbala. He hardly has 72 men with him. They are not all grown-up adults. Some of Hussein's men are children, Aun and Muhammad. Bibi Zainab's young sons are there. Aun is only 13 years old and Muhammad is only 11 years old. Tonight is the night of these two children, Aun and Muhammad. First, let us send our greeting to those mothers of Karbala who sacrificed their children for Islam. Lucky are those mothers of Karbala whose children willingly and happily sacrificed their young lives for Islam. Tonight, let us first comfort those mothers of Karbala who were proud to sacrifice their children for Islam. Mothers of Karbala, mothers of Aun, Muhammad, Bibi Zainab, mother of Qasim, Farwa, mother of Ali Akbar, Laila, mother of Ali Asghar, Rabab. Mothers of Karbala were proud of their children. They loved their children. Of course, like any mother, they had the heart of a mother. A mother loves her children the most. Why then did the mothers of Karbala let their children die in Karbala? They knew Hussein al-Islam was on the right path. They knew their sacrifices would save Islam and us from the fire of hell. Mothers of Karbala squashed their motherly love and sacrificed their children for Hussein, for Islam. How can we, the Husseini, ever forget these mothers of Karbala? Why shouldn't we cry and do matam for the mothers of Karbala and their children, Aun and Muhammad, Qasim, Ali Akbar and Ali Asghar? Mujlis al-Karbala will never die. Matam al-Karbala will never die. Yazidis of yesterday have failed to stop it. Yazidis of today will not be able to stop it. Yazidis of tomorrow may try thousands of times to crush it, but Mujlis al-Hussein, Matam al-Karbala will not die. Allah himself has promised to keep the name of Hussein alive till the day of judgment. Let us now focus our minds on Karbala. Days and nights of Muharram unfolded on the land of Karbala. The night of the 9th of Muharram came, Ashura night, a very tragic night and the last night of the martyrs of Karbala. No one in Hussein's camp slept on Ashura night. Men spent the whole night praying, reciting du'as and the Holy Quran. Mothers of Karbala were preparing their children. The next day was Ashura day, the day of the Battle of Karbala. What were the mothers telling their children? To be careful? To hide and save their lives? No, they were telling their children to sacrifice their lives. They were telling them to die. Didn't they love their children? Of course they did. They had the heart of a mother. They were proud of their children. They loved their children very much. Then why were they telling their children to sacrifice their lives to die? Because they knew Hussein was on the right path, because their sacrifice would save Islam, because Allah would be pleased with them. Now let us listen to what the mothers of Karbala were telling their children on the night of Ashura. Layla is with her son Ali Akbar. My darling son Ali Akbar, tomorrow is the day of the battle. My son Ali Akbar, remember your life is not more important than the life of your father. Your father's life will be in danger tomorrow. My darling, don't hesitate to give your life to protect your father's life. Robab is with her baby Ali Asghar. My baby Asghar, I wish you were a young man. I would have sacrificed your life to save your father's life. Farwa is with her son Qasim. Qasim, my son, my darling, if your father was alive today, he would have sacrificed his life first. My darling, don't embarrass me in front of your father on the day of judgment. Qasim, my son, do not hesitate to sacrifice your life to protect your uncle's life. Kulthum, Hussein's sister, was sitting alone, weeping. Abbas, her brother, heard her crying. He came to her tent. My sister Kulthum, why are you crying? What's the matter? Abbas, tomorrow is the day of sacrifice. I have no children to sacrifice. My sister Kulthum, don't cry. Abbas is still alive. Tomorrow I will sacrifice my life as a gift on your behalf. I will be your sacrifice. Bibi Zainab is with her two sons, Aun and Muhammad. My sons, Aun, Muhammad, tomorrow is the day of battle. Your uncle Hussein's life will be in danger. My darlings, if anything happens to Uncle Hussein while you are still alive, I will be filled with shame. My own Muhammad, I will not be able to face your grandmother, Bibi Fatima, on the day of judgment. Please, my dearest son, don't let me down. Be the first one to sacrifice your lives. Ashura came. Ali Akbar gave the adhan. Imam Hussain al-Islam led the Fajr prayers. The day was already very hot. The battle began. Imam Hussein's army of 72 thirsty and hungry men against 20,000 of Yazid's men. Hur went to the battlefield and was martyred by Yazid's beasts. One by one, Hussein's companions went to the battlefield and were killed. Since dawn, Bibi Zainab was watching the bodies being brought to the tent one by one. She called her sons, Aun and Muhammad. My sons, what are you waiting for? Why have you not been to the battlefield yet? Go and fight the enemies of Islam. Mother, since dawn we have been to Uncle Hussein many times for permission to fight. He keeps refusing us. Mother, you help us. Ask Uncle Hussein to give us the permission to fight jihad. Bibi Zainab called her brother Hussein al-Islam to her tent. Brother Hussein, I have been like a mother to you, haven't I? Hussein, your mother is begging you to let Aun and Muhammad go to the battlefield. Zainab, my sister, jihad is not wajib on children. How can I let my sister's sons be killed while I am still alive? No, Zainab, no. Hussein, my brother, if Ali Akbar dies before Aun and Muhammad, how will I be able to face our mother on the day of judgment? My brother, I will be filled with shame. Please, brother, let them go. Hussein saw the disappointment on Zainab's face. Her eyes were filled with tears. Hussein put his arm around Aun and Muhammad and led them to the horses. He kissed them and helped them mount their horses. Go, go and show those beastly men that you have the blood of Jafar and Ali in your veins. Aun and Muhammad looked at their mother and said, Fiman Allah, mother, Fiman Allah, mother, Fiman Allah, my sons. Aun and Muhammad rode out onto the battlefield. They fought bravely together. They were the grandsons of Jafar and Ali. They pushed the enemies back, Hundreds of these men were killed. Abbas and Hussein watched the two brothers fight so fiercely despite being thirsty for 3 days. Abbas, who had trained On and Muhammad in the art of sword fighting, was filled with pride. Umar Saad, Yazid's commander, got worried. He ordered the soldiers to separate the two brothers and then attack them from all sides. On and Muhammad were separated. Each one was then surrounded by Yazid's soldiers. The two brothers were attacked by horsemen running from one side to another. On and Muhammad were attacked with arrows, swords, spears, and daggers from all sides. How much can two young children, thirsty and hungry for 3 days, take? As they fell, they called out for their uncle. Uncle, come quickly. Uncle, come and help us. Hussein and Abbas rushed to the battlefield. The children were severely wounded. They were taking their last breaths. Uncle, give our salam to our mother. Uncle, please tell our mother that just as she had told us, we did not go towards the river. Imam Hussein and Abbas carried the two young bodies to the tent. Ali Akbar cried out, "My brothers On and Muhammad have been killed." Zainab heard the cry from her tent. She did not cry. She laid her masala and performed the sajda. Ya Allah, I thank you for accepting my sacrifice. Ya Allah, I am proud of my two sons who have given their lives for Islam. On and Muhammad's bodies were laid on the floor. The ladies gathered around. They cried and did matam. Ya Ona, Ya Muhammada, Ya Ona, Ya Muhammada. Zainab did not cry. She did not do matam for On and Muhammad. Inna lillahi wa inna ilahi rajiun. We are from Allah and to Him we will return. Salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad.